Unrivaled League needs Caitlin Clark, and they are preparing to offer her a massive deal. But is it all too little too late?
Players get special benefits and contract offers. The next Unrivaled Women's Basketball League is considering making Caitlin Clark an offer akin to Lionel Messi in order to get her to participate in the league's debut season. The league wants Caitlin to be the face of what is anticipated to be the world's most exciting 3v3 league.
This, to me, is another reason why Caitlin Clark needs to flee the WNBA. It's a political organization. They're not serious about business. They don't care about traditional sports fans. It's a little cult that puts out little political statements, and everybody wears vote t-shirts. They don't care about making money. They don't care really about building up this league and making it profitable. They're a charity. She needs to flee the WNBA and start her own league in this
side club. It has just been reported today that Caitlin Clark could receive a Lionel Messi-like offer to play in Unrivaled startup 3-on-3 league, which is a full
Major League Soccer startup. The league's full-court effort to sign Clark is equivalent to Inter Miami's. In 2023, when CF tried to recruit Messi, they understood that loan repayment would not be enough to entice the world-renowned player. Inter Miami made a special offer that comprised half ownership, a $150 million deal, and other financial incentives. Apple has even consented to share some of the MLS Season Pass revenue with the 7-time baller champion.
League has 26 of their 30 players already, and they have been announcing players for the past 3 months. And there has been speculation throughout the entire WNBA season if Caitlin Clark would be joining Unrivaled in the offseason. Caitlin Clark is needed for this league. It should be one of their main goals is to get her to play in the league no matter what that costs, no matter what that is going to.
Insiders claim that the upstart league intends to compensate Clark with anything from revenue share and ownership to a salary of up to $1 million for work completed in less than 3 months. Sports Pro in London recently ranked Clark as the 4th most marketable athlete in the world, with Messi at number 5.
Lisa Collier, who is one of the founders of Unrivaled, had this to say about Caitlin Clark. She said, "It's just so crazy because the growth that Caitlin has brought to the game, the sheer amount of money that she's making these teams, people are having to move their venues when she comes to play, and she's getting paid like $75,000 a year. She should be one of the top paid players in the world just for the sheer numbers that she's bringing." And I'm glad that a WNBA player is finally saying this out loud, admitting to it, because it has been so clear for so many people the Caitlin Clark effect that she has had on the WNBA
This Unmatched predicts that the Caitlin Clark effect, which is comparable to the Messi effect in Major League Soccer, would boost TV partner TNT Sports ticket sales and viewership while drawing well-known sponsors, like she did for the WNBA this season, compared to NBA superstars like LeBron James, who will earn $448.7 million with the Lakers this season. The $1 million compensation might not sound like much, but it would be a fortune when compared to Clark's base wage of $7,633 for a season. Only $249,300 will be earned by Owen Bale. Considering the $55.8 million contract of Warrior great Stephen Curry, a respectable remuneration for a few months of labor would be appreciated. Fortunately for Caitlin, however, contracts outside of the court provide her with her genuine income. Since her time as a college student with the Iowa Hawkeyes, she has had an 8-year, $28 million contract with Nike. Among the many corporate sponsors she has amassed is the Swoosh State Farm, Gatorade, Wilson, Bose, Buick, and other companies. The Unrivaled League may address that though, as she would likely prefer to be paid more by her real employers rather than constantly negotiating side deals. Thus, Do
I think Caitlin Clark should join Unrivaled? I'm not so sure. I think that the money needs to be high. It needs to be in the millions. It needs to be at least what Cube offered her for the big 3 at minimum. And even with that, Caitlin Clark doesn't need any money. She has plenty of endorsement deals. I think she is totally fine. And I think for her body and for her mental health, it might not be the best thing for her.
Clark could easily spend her summers working out, playing golf, and creating TV ads, but Unrivaled believes that each participant will earn a substantial salary and have a significant stake in the league, co-founded by Brianna Stewart and Nafai. Collier, the 22-year-old point guard, Unrivaled, pledges to offer its 30 players the highest compensation in the history of professional women's sports leagues, which is equivalent to a six-figure base salary before stock, in return for the chance to compete against the world's top female players and equity chances. Investments. According to reports, the league has informed players and agency representatives up front that a sliding scale, as opposed to a one-size-fits-all, approach will be utilized to compensate participants. According to that metric, players will receive higher compensation when their celebrity and social media following grow. Clark has been the most viewed athlete on television since Tiger Woods. 26 of the 30 athletes have declared their intention to compete in the 6-team tournament, including Chelsea Gray and Angel Reed. In addition to providing all players participating in the first season with an equity stake, Unrivaled is pleased to offer the largest average compensation in the history of professional women's sports leagues. We believe Unrivaled is setting a new standard in the marketplace, but we are not disclosing individual player compensation packages or league financials at this time, the league's representative told FOS on Tuesday. On Monday, the WNBA Players Union made the decision to withdraw from the collective bargaining agreement, which was supposed to be in effect until 2027. Unrivaled will debut in Miami in January 2025. With playoffs, the 3-week Honor League season would last 8 weeks. Clark may also want to spend the coldest months of the year in balmy South Florida rather than chilly Iowa. Clark has to make the final decision, just like Messi. She is in control. The basketball league that is pursuing Caitlin Clark is not the first to do so. In addition to her WNBA commitments, the Ice Cube's Big Three offered her $5 million to play 8 games in March. A representative for Court Unrivaled told FOS that the league is pleased to provide the largest average wage in the history of professional women's sports leagues, despite the fact that the organization would not comment on Clark's interest. In order to guarantee Caitlin's arrival, Unrivaled will have to go above and beyond. It's easy to understand why Unrivaled is interested in Clark, who is ranked 4th on Sports PR's 2024 list of the 50 most marketable 50mm athletes worldwide. Clark possesses the broad appeal that new leagues demand. However, Clark has advanced to the point where she can practically determine her own price after just 1 season as a professional athlete. However, she is also being ignored by the WNBA. Is she even interested in remaining in that league indefinitely?
Here's the issue with the WNBA, and I'm going to repeat a mantra. It is the most unlikable league and culture in all of sports, by far. And I'm talking from the players, to some of the ownership, to all the media members, to the podcasters, to those who defend it. It's the most unlikable league in the whole wide world. And this is just another piece of evidence to support that statement.
Additionally, the WNBA league would surely disintegrate immediately. It has always been about Caitlin, as we are all aware. However, the WNBA appears to hold a different viewpoint.
I don't care how much money. They can offer Caitlin Clark $100 million, and I would tell her to stay away from this unrivaled 3-on-3. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a bad look for women's basketball. It's going to hurt their momentum. It's not even a real thing. It's something to pacify them, to make the women think, hey, you know what? I need to keep going along with this crap WNBA league that has poor leadership and doesn't know how to become profitable, so we can get paid. They want to get paid for just whining and complaining and saying we deserve it rather than earning it. They could earn it if they started a rocket.
Could the WNBA survive without Caitlin Clark, or would it be doomed? But one thing is for sure, Kate is generally ready for it if it does occur. Prior to the Fever posting a video of her on-court workout on Wednesday, she had maintained a low profile in the month after her WNBA debut season ended, given that a rumor had emerged hours previously suggesting that the Premier Basketball League was preparing to grant Clark a position akin to Lionel Messi's. The video's timing seems peculiar. However, it seems like Clark is preparing for something. Is it the unmatched old league? I feel like I've only touched the surface. In the video, Clark said, "There are just so many areas that I want to improve in and continue going to the gym and working on that every single day." Being at the front of women's basketball's surge in popularity, Clark might have been instrumental in bringing Unrivaled to the public's attention. Clark is supposed to help Unrivaled expand their fan base and increase ticket sales, TV viewership, and business opportunities. Unrivaled said last week that it has inked a multi-year exclusive broadcast rights deal with TNT Sports. Every game is slated on True TV, and if this pattern holds true, Caitlin Clark might be featured as well. It will be a thrilling league to watch if this occurs. However, the primary query is, with whom is she collaborating? Is she assembling a team with some of the free agents in the hopes of spending the winter with the Fever? Will she join forces with competitor Angel Reed to create a super team, or may she partner with Plum, who might be joining the Fever? Please share your thoughts in the space provided below, and remember to subscribe for daily basketball news.